Winters, I think you are muted, sir. Something's wrong with your mic here, fella. Winters, I think you are muted, sir. I'm not really sure what's going on with Winters here. Something's wrong with your mic here, fella. But anyhow, I guess I'll do the intro then. So we are here about to go live with Egocentric. I'm not really sure what's going on with Puppy Kisses, and Winters will be joining me as soon as whatever has gone wrong is no longer going wrong. Actually, I think I know exactly what's going wrong. Give me one sec here. Sorry, guys. Alright, Winters, go ahead.
1, 2.
There we go. Perfect. Okay.
Excellent.
Sorry about that, guys.
Well, we haven't missed anything yet. This thing's just getting underway, Helemar, as it is Winners with the One, and you are on the Tribes Ascend channel, and we are bringing you Monday night NATL action as Egocentric is about to take on Puppy Kisses, and we're going to be here to bring it to you. And this should be a pretty interesting game. And Helemar, I understand that there's quite a bit at stake in tonight's game as far as promotion and relegation and those sorts of things, as well as Shaz Bucks being on the line.
Yeah, there's a huge pool of Shaz Bucks on the line here, and you know, the bet is largely in favor of Egocentric. With it's about a 5-to-1 or a 4-to-1 ratio for Ego to Puppy Kisses right here. But honestly, I think the game is going to be a lot closer than the bets show. These teams are both incredibly talented. They have incredibly talented people on their teams, and also, as you said, there is a lot on the line here. Egocentric has, as far as I'm aware, already earned their position in the Pro League, or at least, after tonight they will if they win this. And
okay. So
sorry.
Yeah. Oh no.
I had a message there. It's just they never stop. But anyhow, yeah. So this match will determine which of these two teams will go to the relegation match, which will determine who has the 7th and 8th seed in next season, as well as who goes on to the playoffs. So it is a very, very big match for these teams, and it's very important that for both of them to win.
Yeah, and of course when Shaz Bucks are on the line, that always heightens the stakes by quite a bit. And I think that you're right, man. I think these teams match up pretty well together from what we've seen, and with the lineups, some good individual talent on both sides. So yeah, it will probably be a lot closer than the wagering at the moment might indicate, which of course, if you haven't placed your bets on this or the other games, we do encourage you to check out natribes.com, where you can go and wager real folding Shazbuck money on the outcomes of these events. And we will be bringing you 3 maps tonight. Each one of them counts for points. So, and we are almost underway. This thing is, the timer is ticking down. Looking at our lineups for Puppy Kisses, they will be on Blood Eagle, the red side. Swiss Milk is here, Tunker, Pixie Man, Evo Platypus, Wolfie FTW, Alcohol, and Isotiro. And for Egocentric in blue, Diamond Sword, David Bowie, their leader, Vertical, Lover, Pliff, Alchemy, Xanthir, and Qualm. Yes, some big lineups on both sides, and they are starting to head towards each other now.
Yeah, we're looking at it, and Puppy Kisses has got a really quick offense heading out. They've already got 3 guys over on the other side. Tunker's heading in. He's usually their capper, and I think they're going for the quick cap right off the bat here, and he is out already. Alchemy did not get the stop on that. There's a mortar flying his way, but it does not hit, and he is already halfway home. And back at his base, it does look like there's some harass here, and there is a capper coming in. Looks like David Bowie, but it looks like he's been sniped a few times, and he does get his regen stopped, and he gets splattered all over the flag stand, and Tunker is inbound, so we may be seeing cap number 1 for Puppy Kisses right here. They just got to take this nice and slow and get this thing up there without losing the conversion, because they've got this all but in the bag right here.
Looking for the time return, Isotiro on the return, but Xanthir knocks it out of his hand, and Swiss Milk is going to pick it up, though, as Isotiro is going to take Xanthir out of the equation. And now putting it up on the stand, Swiss Milk picking it up, getting some hassle now from Qualm. Oh, is he going to get it? Oh, not quite. Wolfie gets it, drops it, and now it's a battle. Bowie's there,
and
he gets the return right underneath Puppy Kisses, and a sure point taken off the board early on, as nice effort by Egocentric. They all took a poke at him, and a lot of them died in the process, but they managed to push that thing back, and now Xanthier coming across straight over with a grab, but he is taken out. That flag is going to get returned, and after a little bit of business there at the beginning, we stay at 0, but wow, a pretty interesting play.
Yeah, it was. I mean, that was honestly, that was all on Puppy Kisses. They just kind of dropped the ball right there. I mean, they kept trying to throw the flag up rather than fly up, and it really spelled disaster for them. And they just kind of fumbled all over the place, and it finally went home. So it was very unfortunate that it started out that way. But here we go with Tunker again, out with that same route, and you know he is moving through an ISO on the other side, gets a conk on Qualm to keep the flag home, and it's just bouncing in the field. So now they've got another go at this to get this cap. There's plenty of ego on the stand, and this thing goes home again.
Vertical on the return that time, as Xanthier with a pickup and a drop, but that one is not going to go far and will probably be returned. Evo Platypus keeping it going on the other side for Puppy Kisses, though. They're running this same route, and they are just relentless with it, and this one is probably going to work. Evo Platypus does come in and get the cap, and just keeping the pressure on, and it didn't work the first couple of times, but the third time was a charm on the convert, and Puppy Kisses is going to go up with an early 1-point lead here, and that seems to be their strategy, man. Just push it as hard as you can, and just keep that train rolling on this dangerous crossing map. Works very well.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, for all intents and purposes, this should be, you know, a 3-0 game right now, considering that those 2 caps were lost in quick succession, both on the flag stand. And right now, you know, they got to be happy that they finally did get a cap on the board, but losing these 2 is just got to be like, oh my god, what the hell's wrong with us?
Yep, and again, here's Swiss Milk with an attempt for Puppy Kisses, and he's going to not get this one very far. It is still at the stand. Evo Platypus on the pickup, trying to advance it a little bit further there. And now who's got it? Is that Wolfie? I believe it is. Yes, Pixie Man. No, Pixie Man is being chased by Xanthier now. Bowie with the grab on the other side. The pop and drop is going to come loose, though, on both flags, and both flags returned simultaneously and at the same time as well.
Yeah, and here comes Qualm with the llama grab after that, after the Puppy Kisses flag went home, and he just punts it off, and he's got a couple guys in mid, but there is Crash on this, Evo, ISO, Alkalal, who's normally their sniper, and also Wolfie over here, and they just clean him up, and that thing is looking like it's going to go home, and Wolfie does get the return right there under a lot of duress, and all but, you know, 15 feet from the Evo flag stand, so, and there goes Tunker.
Yep, just go with the one that brung you, dance with what works, and it's they're going to continue to keep trying to push it that way. But again, both flags on the stand, and still plenty of time left in this, man, but we're starting to see kind of how these guys are playing this out, and Egocentric is probably going to make some adjustments here to try to put some pressure on. I know they're trying to hassle Alkalal a little bit as a sniper so that he keeps away from hassling their flag capper, and now here's Tunker yet again.
Oh my
god! Distant shot by Alchemy is going to take him down. Swiss Milk on the pickup there. He's got Vertical and Pliff in the vicinity trying to get at him. Qualm with the grab, pop and drop on the other side. Swiss Milk is going to push this one up and punt to well, where's this going? He thought he might pick it back up there, and a little exchange there. Vertical gets the return. So wow, is there a flag out right now? Yes, Qualm has it, and he's gonna get taken out, and the flag is at midfield, and there are PK players near it, and Evo Platypus is going to do the honors of making the return. So we're staying at 1-0 right now, but both teams getting some movement on the flag, and that's what you like to see. Here's Lover with the grab, Helemar. He's got a lot of pressure on him, though.
Yeah, and that flag pass that we saw from Swiss Milk was actually, he was trying to do some esports and pass it to the capper that was coming through, but it unfortunately just flat out missed, and the Puppy Kisses flag does get home, and it's turned by ISO under a little bit of pressure there. But yeah, it was unfortunate because that was that could have been a very effective method of getting that out. He just came right off the back hill and tried to go straight through mid with it, but no dice. And now we see this flag getting passed down to Wolfie down here, but he's got Xanthier on him, and he just pokes him right in the head with the sniper rifle. Doesn't even flinch and just says, "Nope, my flag, not going anywhere."
Well, and it's the contrast in philosophies. You know, do you take it straight up the middle, up Route 1, which Egocentric seems to be going for a lot here, vertical, trying to do it here. He is taken down, though. David Bowie is going to try to pick it up and keep it going, and taking out Evo Platypus is going to help him there, but he's got to deal with Wolfie, too, and they're going to do battle here. Pixie Man is there to help as well, but Bowie gets one, and Wolfie takes him out. Now Vertical is there to pick it up, though. He's got Qualm and Lover with him, and going to punt it. And this one is bouncing around, and a mid-air return, and they are going to get this one back to the stands. So no points there for Egocentric. But yeah, they're taking it more straight up the middle, and we see Puppy Kisses working this more circular route along the side. And so far, that's been the only point of the game.
Yeah, and I mean, they've been very, very successful with it. You know, they've had Tunker and Evo Platypus out with the flag at least a couple times each, and it was, you know, they got out with it very clean, very quickly. It's just they cannot seem to hold on to the flag once they get it home, and here comes Qualm on a route. He is moving nearly 300, and Alkalaw was there on the stand to try and get the stop, but he got cleaned up by Qualm as he was coming through, and Qualm is taking a page from Puppy Kiss's book here, and he is heading straight over, but Wolfie's there to get the E-grab, and he's going to go down. Evo Platypus is inbound. They're going to get this return, and Qualm lands Goofy, and they did get the return. They did get the cap though, and oh, I see. It's a regrab. There we go.
Yes. And so now we are tied, and Vertical is going to try to chain grab it here and pushes it to midfield. Both flags somewhere in the middle, and one is returned and now grabbed again as soon as it gets back by Tunker. And they're going to get a return, so this gives them a chance. No, Pliff with the E-grab. And Tunker does get taken out, though. Egocentric does return it, and now it's up to Pliff. He's got people helping him now, and also people against him, as Bowie is sort of surrounded by 3 or 4 guys here, but he's not afraid of Americans. He's going to put on his red shoes and get across here. He's got some help, but he's going to punt this loose. Pliff picks it up. People close by, not able to get him, though, and Tunker is there. They take him out, and they've got a clear stand. All he's got to do is just jump up and get this. It looks like they've got a chance to convert this and make take the lead for the first time in this game.
And ISO with the E-grab.
E-grab, very nicely timed, but Pliff is going to go ahead and cap this as that one is returned. And so Egocentric, after all that, takes a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, and I mean, it looks like, you know, the immediate fumble that Puppy Kiss has had right off the bat. Ooh, geez, that looked like it really hurt from Alchemy, just a disc right to the face. But that little fumble that they had has kind of broken their momentum, despite the fact them getting the first cap on the board, and you know, it just kind of it's kind of dampening their spirits, is what it kind of feels like to me, is that they're just not able to get things moving anymore. Either that or Egocentric has kind of figured out what's going on with them, and they've got their number now. So, and we do see Evo Platypus and Tunker and David Bowie all passing each other, and they're all going on a route, and out goes Evo Platypus, completely clean, 270 speed, and he is pretty much in the clear. Isotiro, on the other hand, is after Qualm over here, and he's got some conks going on, he's got some chain, and Qualm is about to go down. He's got Swiss Milk and Iso on him, and there is some help from Egocentric, but they are in a little bit of trouble here, as it's only David Bowie and the sniper, Xanther, who, and actually they got a respawn of Qualm as well, so now they're starting to get tinked down, and this flag is nice and safe, and as I say that, the flag gets passed off on the other side, bounces right over Vertical, almost got the mid-air return, and this thing is in trouble right now.
Oh, yep, but they are going to get a drop here. Pliff has got a chance to return this in traffic all over Puppy Kisses. Wolfie is going to pick it up, though, and they're going to take him out. And we may be looking at a standoff type of deal here, as both sides are settling down and got people surrounding them, friendly colors. So we will start seeing the break teams come in to try to break this standoff, and Puppy Kisses is sending 4 now. Isotiro coming on the other side, and Isotiro doing a really good job chasing, just followed Qualm all the way across the map, stayed in front of him to help keep that from being a score earlier.
And here comes Iso. She's pulling down an inventory station, and just using it to refill, I guess, and they did see the inventory station, but it looks like that was a distraction because Alkalal is actually offensively sniping here, and Bowie is low. Evo Platypus and Tunker are closing in, and on the other side we do have a drop, and this thing is going home. Pliff Lover and all them were all on this thing, and now it's just a matter of Alkalal trying to get this thing stopped, and he's trying to out-snipe Qualm from getting in here, and he does get him right on the stand, but Xanther just hops over, grabs that thing, and pops on the flag for cap number 3.
Yes, the numbers weren't in his favor there, although that was quite a nice snipe. Just too many people on the stand to really take advantage of that, though. And there's a quick grab and return. But right now, Egocentric is sitting pretty good with a 3-1 lead, and just taking advantage of those few seconds that you need to get a point on the board. So, and we're still plenty of time. This is the time of the match where, you know, you kind of take a breather, see what adjustments need to be made, and Puppy Kisses is all over the Ego stand right now. A good timing on the offense as Evo Platypus looks like he's going to come in and try to make some sort of grab here. And maybe, no, there's Tunker with the grab on the other side, and he's going to make that side route again. He gets hit a little bit, a couple of times. He's still got plenty of health here, about half health, and manages to dodge whatever sniper fire is coming in. And they are going to go for an E-grab here. Qualm is going to get it and take it off the stand. Swiss Milk picking it up for Puppy Kisses now, and Isotiro has it now. Qualm is going to make it back to the stand. Wolfie is chasing him, but he's going to be back there, but there's nobody there to help him. They will be coming back to reinforce. Oh, they do get a return, though, and Qualm is going to go ahead and convert this into a point, and that makes it 4-1 in favor of Egocentric. And again, just a well-timed effort from the whole team, and a quick pop drop here will be returned. Puppy Kisses has this one well in hand. Lover is not even going to bother, and they're going to go ahead and make the return. But yeah, 3-point lead just like that, Helemar.
Yeah, and the what actually happened there was ISO, she actually managed to snatch the flag off the stand when it had been dropped in between two of the Ego guys, get outside, and barely be able to hold on to thing, but they just converged all on her and just tore her to shreds, and that was what resulted in that return right there. So it was unfortunate timing for ISO, but it was fortunate timing for the Ego guys. And there's Bowie that came in with an attempted grab, and ISO with yet another really nice conk on the stand to prevent that from going out. And there are two Egocentric guys sitting on the stand right now waiting for this thing to get returned, and they are just spamming discs at Alkalal out here trying to get him to force the return, but not really having any success with that.
And on the other side, again, some really good offensive coordination from PK. They were setting up on this hill over by the stand with the inventory stand and just trying to time this. Tunker gets to midfield before Xanther gets him with a snipe shot, and Egocentric is in. Well, yeah, they've got that one. They're going to go ahead and return it. So now both flags reset. We are at the 10-minute mark, and 4-1 in favor of Egocentric, and they are looking pretty good with it. Although Puppy Kisses, if they can keep up this kind of pressure, they could change the complexity of this game very quickly if they keep up with that offensive push that they keep doing here.
Yeah, and I mean they had this game, by the reins right at the beginning here, but it just seems like after those, two little flubs that they had, they just kind of lost control of things, and they've been kind of struggling to reclaim control of this game ever since. So
yeah, a lot of time on the board though, and this is one of those maps. It's not the biggest map, but it's not the smallest, so you can score points fairly quickly, and that one's not going to score. It will be returned. So both flags are reset. Egocentric with a chance here. David Bowie is going to push it off the stand, and it looks like it got conked out, and he is going to pick up his own rebound here, so to speak, and Pixie Man is there to fight with him. Pixie Man does get him, and he picks him up, and Pliff is going to get this return most likely. Wolfie is going to have to battle with him. Lots of 1v1 battles for the flag here, and the return is going to be made. Tunker with the grab, Qualm with the grab at the same time. They're both going to try to make something here. Tunker does drop it, though. Wolfie's going to advance this, possibly. He's going to have to battle with Bowie again, and nope, he doesn't get it, and Bowie's going to get the return, and well, there's another point for Egocentric as a result. And just like that, they are winning 5-1,
and you look over
on
here,
the way to, again, vertical with the chain grab and coming with good speed. All he's got Swiss Milk to deal with, and he does get shot by Alcohol, another snipe, and Xanther is going to get a grab here. Swiss Milk, nope, doesn't make it. And who's going to get this one? It's a big battle. Alchemy is looking for a return here. Isotiro gets it underneath him there, and wow, they are both flags still out in the field, and Isotiro is going to take it the long way here and try to avoid a lot of this hassle, as Egocentric is going to try to converge around vertical, and we may be looking at another standoff.
Yeah, and ISO made a great play there. That thing was all but home, and, you know, just snatching that thing up and coming, you know, about face and getting it home the way that she did was exactly what that team needed in that situation. And as you said, we are going into our second standoff of the game, and if it goes the same way that the last one went, I do not see this ending favorably for Puppy Kisses, and hopefully they'll change something up. Maybe they'll be running an in for something of that nature, which they are not, but Egocentric is. Lover is running in, and he's probably going to go for that the sneaky return here and see what he can pull off. And sure enough, he's running Sonic Punch and Reach, so he is going for this quick sneaky return, and Egocentric is D'ing up, it looks like. And they're just going to hold on to this thing for as long as they can, but just as I say that, ISO gets a really nice conk, and Evo with just a last instant, not second, instant return, and that was like perfectly executed right there. I could not believe that they got that.
Very, very nice. Pixie Man is going to take this in and get a cap. And so Puppy Kisses does put another point on the board. He was quite a distance from the stand when he had it there at the time of that return. So it was kind of in question. And now they're trying to advance this one. Tunker's got his hands full because there are people all over this. Pixie Man's going to come in to help, though, and pick this up. But it's going to bounce loose. Now, who's going to get this? There's several people coming from Ego, as well as PK, and Vertical from Ego is going to return it. And that's going to reset both flags. But we're starting to see some points take place on both sides. 5-2 now, but time is ticking down. 6 minutes left on the board, and Ego is really maintaining their tempo. And it's enough to, if they can keep this gap in the lead, then, you know, the one who gets the most points wins the map. Those are the rules of Tribes of Sin for those of you just joining us.
Yeah, and right now Egocentric is, you know, they are starting to play a little more defensively than they were before, because they were, you know, down right off the bat. But right now the pressure's on Puppy Kisses, and they're just Egocentric just kind of has to sit pretty and make sure no flags really get out with quick grabs. And Pixie Man right here with just a llama drop and a thrust off the stand is actually going to get this thing all the way past mid. He does have Lover on him, he's got Vertical on him, he's got Xanther on him. There's just this huge crash coming, but Alcohol here just picking off every person that comes through. And this flag bounces, and it does not quite land in ISO's hands, but she did manage to cover that, and they are going to get another cap here, so we have got a game. There's only 5 minutes left, and they are still moving things here. They are getting these chain grabs to make it go quick, and Qualm comes in, gets cleaned up, so that is the end of that cap right there, and now it is something where Puppy Kisses still has a good chance of moving forward with this game.
Yeah, and that was Isotiro there that got the, that was just a good play to play the man, not the flag, and went ahead and took Pliff out and got the flag up and got another point on the board for PK, just punted it up there. So now we're looking at a different kind of, if they can get 1 point, all you've got to do is just hold it out if you're 1 point behind to force an overtime, but they may be getting it a little closer before that, as Tunker is going to get it to midfield, but taken out by Xanther. Again, these snipers just beasting, and this this map is pretty wide open, so it gives the snipers a lot of room to see things coming in, and that one is going to get returned as well. So 4 minutes left, but Egocentric trying desperately to hold on to a 2-point lead here.
Yeah, and right now there's a pretty good crash from Egocentric coming. Qualm is coming in, and he gets out with it pretty clean. He takes a decent chunk of damage on the stand, and Alcohol puts one snipe enemy. He's down to 1 health, literally 1 health, and he gets chained out by Swiss Milk right there to save that. But on the other side, Evo Platypus is out with this. He's got 250 speed. Lover's on the stand waiting for him. He does get an E-grab. Now they just got to stop Lover, hold on to this thing, and they are within 1 point of Ego, and they are pulling this game back within their reach very quickly. And looks like Lover did get conked by, I believe, Alkalal, and he's going for the return right now, and it is bouncing all over the place, and Alchemy swoops in to grab that thing, save it from the clutches of the rabid puppies here, and, you know, keeps this thing going, and Alcohol says, GG, bounce too good. And I would not disagree with that statement the slightest bit, because that thing was going all over the place. It was just like a pinball in that little hole there.
Yeah, I thought Alcohol might get the return there. Left the sniper's perch to push out and try to get it. But yeah, we're looking at a possible standoff here, and well, it's not possible. It's probable. It's happening right now as I speak. Pliff is there with Qualm, and now the Puppy Kisses guys are going to start coming in and try to get it away from him. And some pokes are being taken. As who's there? Swiss Milk is on the scene, and some Merv spam is coming in as well. That's knocked Pliff down to half health. Here comes Evo Platypus. Wolfie, they do take him out. Who's going to get this? Wolfie with a chance for a return. Is he going to get taken out? He does get taken out. So this one is going to remain in Egocentric hands. Qualm is going to pick it up, and things settle down on that side. On the other side, looks like Xanthir is the only one coming close to Pixie Man. Does get him that, but who's going to get this? Isotiro will pick it up, and again, things settle down a bit.
And that was really scary right there. They actually left Pixie Man all alone. Literally, they sent 6 guys on offense, and Pixie Man just rabbited around, running from David Bowie and Lover, and trying not to lose the flag. And I was sitting here going, oh my god, he's going to die. They're going to lose this, and that's going to be their only chance, because they have a little under 2 minutes to get this return, and I think it's the right call, sending all this offense right now, because they have to get this return, and then they have to get a flag contested. Otherwise, first map is going to Egocentric.
Indeed, time is of the essence, and it's working against PK as it ticks down. We're down to almost just a minute left in this round, so Ego's in no hurry to try to force the issue here, but Puppy Kisses certainly is. And again, we see it looks like Evo Platypus, Swiss Milk are both coming in. Evo still close by. Don't know if Alchemy sees him or not. Kind of going to sneak around the hill here and get around some of his defensive guys. And there's a little battle going on. And Evo's there. Tunker's there. They've got a chance. This thing is loose. Tunker going for it. Swiss Milk going for it. Qualm picks it up in traffic. Going to get it up in the air and try to keep it away. And again, it's knocked out of his hands. There's a return on the other side. Alchemy going to try to push this back to the base under pressure, and they've taken most of those guys out. Wolfie is there, but I don't think he's going to get there in time. Helemar and Alchemy's going to come across and
that
make
is the nail in the coffin right there.
Yes, that seals the deal. 6-3, and this first map is going to go to Egocentric.
That was a very, very close game. Puppy Kiss is showing a lot of grit right off the bat. There were a few bloopers here and there, but they got that first cap, then lost some to Egocentric, and then at the end they really started showing some strength, and it looked like they were going to come back, closing the gap to 2 and almost won. But it was a little too little, a little too late.
Yeah, but a good round, man. I'm interested to see how these next 2 maps play out, and let's see. I believe, what are we playing? Blue Shift was the third one. I can't remember what the second one was.
I believe we're playing Dry Dock next, if I'm not mistaken.
Ah, okay. Well, that should be interesting.
A nice classic map that most people seem to enjoy. And let me take a look here. Yep, we are playing Dry Dock next. So with the way that game went, this Dry Dock is pretty much all about cluster play. And wow, I went onto the website real quick to look at the Shazbuck bets, and it closed like drastically. It's 2,400 to 1941 with Egocentric a slight favorite. So I think the prediction that this game is going to be really close is right on the money, and it is going to be really, really close. And I hope that Puppy Kisses takes this next map, because I really want to see them actually duke it out for, you know, map 3 to see who can come out on top. And, you know, if they do lose this map, obviously Puppy Kisses has lost this round, and there are going to be 1,900 Shaz bucks getting distributed to the rest of the people who bet on Egocentric. But I would really, really love to see them go to a third map just for the, you know, the 1-1 tie game. It would be really interesting to see how these two teams play.
Yes, it would. And both these teams with a little bit of history in Tribes Ascend. I know Egocentric, probably the more longer running team. Well, no, probably it's the damn truth. They started out as Reddit tribe and combined with some other tribes to make Egocentric, and have been going for quite some time. They have seen a lot of lineup changes. So they always bring up the Ship of Theseus comparison. You know, is it still the same boat if you've replaced every plank of wood? But David Bowie is a stalwart plank of wood, still holding it down for them.
He is the mast of the ship.
Yes, indeed. Standing on the prow, yes. And they've done a good job of, no matter what their lineup, they've always been very consistent in their play. Puppy Kisses, we first started seeing them around the time of NASL last year, and they have had their ups and downs. They've added a few people, subtracted a few people, and always a crowd pleaser, always a fan favorite. And this lineup that they've got now is arguably the strongest they've fielded, I think. But the experience that both of these teams carry with them from having played this game as long as they have, and the storied history of Tribes Ascend that goes back, you know, over a year, man. You know, the tradition that goes back. So they are bringing a lot to the table. And this dry dock map is a little, yeah, like you said, it's a classic one. This is one of the stock maps that came with the game originally. It has a little bit more time put in than Dangerous Crossing, the map we saw previously. So the strategies may be a little different. We'll see how they respond to this one. I would hate to pick a winner on it. I don't know.
I can pick a winner on it just because I want to see Puppy Kisses win. So I'm going to pick them as the winner. But we all know how Caster's Curse works, so I probably just doomed them horribly.
Yeah, that's another reason I try to stay as neutral as I can. I mean, hate to influence the outcome, especially when there's real Shaz bucks on the line at natribes.com. You know, we don't want to negatively affect that in any way.
Well, and you know, the other history, and I may be wrong about this, and someone correct me if I am, but I do believe that Egocentric actually mentored Puppy Kisses, so it's kind of like, you know, father-son fight going on here. And right off the bat, David Bowie and Tunker cross paths, and David Bowie takes out Tunker, and then he's going to start getting sniped down by Alkalal. So tit for tat right there.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. Maybe it might be one of those things where it's like, I taught you everything you know, but I didn't teach you everything I know.
Exactly.
And, early on here, Puppy Kisses is shut down on the stand. They sent in offensive clear, and it looks like they have all been taken out of the equation now, and they will reset and try to start again. And Vertical was the only one for Egocentric, and he's taken out by Isotiro pursuing him into the tunnel there. And so both teams will kind of set things up again. Now the PK guys are already back over here, though.
And here comes Tunker. He is moving, and he is out, but he gets nailed by Xantha right there. He just hits him with a conch right at the last second after the Hoff dies to prevent that cat from going anywhere. So a nice save by Xantha right there, and he was actually sniping last map, and I think Chase, LD, is actually where he's a lot more comfortable, and he's been playing a lot more of. So with that being said, who is sniping for Egocentric?
It was Xanther the previous round.
Oh, but now it's
But
Lover.
not this round. Now it's Lover, and yeah, Lover can do it. And probably I wouldn't be surprised if we see Lover get in the Shrike. He's kind of known for that throughout his career of Tribes, spanning not only Tribes Ascend but some of the previous Tribes games as well. Now Esoterico with a grab for Puppy Kisses, trying to get loose here. Xanther in pursuit. Schwinn is here. Schwinn coming in as in this round. I don't think he played in the previous one. Esoterico taking it way out here to the creativity wall and trying to elude some of these guys, and that's going to give the PK team time to pick up and try to follow them in, as David Bowie is going to get a grab for Egocentric. So lots of time for both teams to open things up a little bit here. Bowie with pretty good health. He took a snipe shot, but not enough to slow him down. He is heading back to the stand
Schwinn
as well.
with
Oh,
this,
big return!
Ridiculous save right there. Tunker had, or whoever had the flag, actually got killed by a Raider grenade, and the thing just popped right into Schwinn's hands, and he's just like, he just walks in there and he does a guitar guy, and the flag gravitates to him.
Well timed either way, and it's going to result in Egocentric putting a point on the board. So 1-0 now, as the only flag out in the field is the red flag of Puppy Kisses, and it's being camped very closely by Esoterico here, putting it in a pretty good spot. It's in one of those spots where it'll probably start rising on its own here in a few seconds, sitting up next to the tower there. But it does keep the cappers from running the normal routes they'd be accustomed to make the grab, but the return is going to be made, and so it's moot now as both flags are on the stand. And
but here comes Tunker, and
Tunker,
and same thing, Xanther with this clutch nitron to save this, but there are two Fats. There's Evo and there's Wolfie, and another conch goes out. Schwinn is going to go right for this, but he gets splattered all over the place, and they are trying to fight off these this incoming stream of Pathfinders that just seem to be never ending, and they are dying one after another, and Wolfie is about to go down, and there it is, the little push from Puppy Kisses. The little pack of puppies got shut down there. They got sent to the pound.
Because sometimes that does work. You can just kind of cluster it off the stand and get several of your players just pushing it towards, little by little, and just through attrition get it to the other side of the field. But in this case, no, and it's going to sit up against the cliff and be camped out by Xanther now. Alkali is going to sneak in and try to get the Tunker almost with the ghost route on the other side, and Evo Platypus gets blocked. They're going to go ahead and return this flag in the midst of all this pressure now, and Evo is going to go for a slow grab here, I guess a llama grab, but not quite, and Tunker is taken out as well, so they have got this stand well cleared. And on the other side, it looks like Ego will be setting up a couple of guys. See Vertical and Qualm coming in, waiting obviously for Bowie, and here he will be coming. He's already got people following him as Tunker and Alkali are going to go ahead. Is Alkali going to stay there back there as a sniper? It looks like he is, just putting pot shots in on Bowie, and he's going to go ahead. Yep. There he goes.
And here comes Qualm with the inf grab. He's just going to llama this off the stand, but Swiss Milk knew he was coming. He did not get the stop, but Qualm is already down to 200 health. He punts it off to midfield, and this thing is halfway home, and I do not see any red on this, and actually I was completely wrong. Esoterico did get the return on that, so my bad there.
Well, I'm surprised we don't see more of that particular route, just pushing it straight close to the little mountain in the middle. There's Pixie Man trying to do it, but he's got too many people on him, and they are going to return this, and we're going to remain at 1-0. But yeah, this is one where you can make some really quick grabs and score points. We've seen teams just score a grip of points in a short amount of time just by pushing it straight forward that way.
I foresee esports. Oh,
yes.
I was expecting a flag toss to be done to Tunker, who's coming in right now, and it did not quite happen. I was hoping he would fly out towards him and just sort of chuck it towards him and head on home with it, but it did not happen. But regardless, Tunker is out with this completely clean, and there is no one to contest this at the moment, and he does get the cap. And actually what happened there was, and Evo Platypus is out with it again, but what happened there was Schwinn came in, got the conk, and it actually went straight into Swiss Milk, the Hoff, and he ended up getting the cap instead. So good.
Yeah, points for the assist, man. Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
And Evo Platypus has got it out for PK now. He's got Schwinn to deal with, and he is going to get taken out by Schwinn, but not before he punts it to where Pixie Man and Isotiro are. And Pixie Man is going to continue this. Schwinn in pursuit. A little bit of a battle in the air now, and that's going to get conked out of his hand. Schwinn looking for the return now.
Wow.
Bowie with the grab, and he's going to drop it here. Pixie Man keeping it going for PK. They're going to want to come out and get this return. Isotiro is going to do the honors. Evo Platypus is picking it up for PK, going to try to make this back to the stand. Looking for the time return. No!
Swiss Milk with another cap.
And once again, another one of those assists. It's good work by PK, just keeping somebody, Johnny, on the spot there right at the stand. And that twice that has converted in points. And there's a midair stop and return. And Tunker, here's a grip of points right here. Another one.
Oh, my God.
All of a sudden, 3-1 with a 2-point lead. They are lighting it up right now and moving as Egocentric is going to settle back in and push back towards the stand and try to stop the onslaught a little bit here, Helemar. Wow.
Yeah.
Very nice frame of plays right there.
And I mean, it was just... And what they're actually doing, Puppy Kisses, is they're actually running two cappers. They're running Tunker and Evo Platypus. Tunker came in low, and Evo's coming in high on the slide right now, and he is just going to drop right down, but I think they see him already. Pixie Man is on the stand, but he is not going to get anywhere with that, and as I said, he does manage to get out, but he gets conked right on the spot, and Wolfie's here to do some assist, but Xanther is right on this, babysitting it nicely, and on the other side, we have got Vertical coming in, doing some clear. David Bowie's about 2 seconds out here. He gets in with it, but he gets conked right on the stand as well, and that is not going anywhere. So they are they're locking things down. After that 3 cap, the Puppy Kisses guys have just got to have a huge amount of adrenaline going through their system, because 3 caps in a matter of probably 2 minutes or less is, to say the least, insane, especially against a team like Egocentric.
Well, as we said, this map is pretty conducive to those sorts of quick strikes, and we're certainly seeing it happen. And they may start trying to dictate the tempo in the opposite direction, though, a little bit here, as to maintain that lead and retract a little bit and go more defensive, but possibly not. They are, here comes their clear team, and Evo Platypus is going to try to lead the way. I see Tunker coming over the hill, cresting in. Evo is going to llama this off the stand, preceding him, and Wolfie's there trying to keep Xanther and Schwinn off of it as Tunker comes in, misses it though. It's still loose. Wolfie may try to pick this up. He's battling it out with Schwinn. Pixie Man in the opposite direction, he misses it as well, and they are just bouncing this flag around, trying to keep it out of the hands of the PK guys that are coming in with speed, and they are able to do so. They clear them all out here, and so that's going to stop that from going anywhere, and they will camp it out. And right now it's quite a bit has happened already, and we are going under the 15-minute mark here as Qualm with a grab, lots of pressure taken out of his hand, and he is taken down. Puppy Kisses is there. They've got this one lodged next to the mountain, and they're going to leave it there for the time being. It's a good place. It's going to keep David Bowie, so he's going to have to alter his direction here, and Vertical is going to go ahead and pick it up underneath him as Pixie Man takes him out, keeps him from going anywhere with it. Qualm is going to try to pick it up. Pixie Man with the return and stops him from advancing that, as he was going to keep trying to push it. And now who's going to get this one? The Egocentric flag is loose. Puppy Kisses is coming for it. Pixie Man under pressure in traffic. Qualm on him, Vertical on him, and Isotiro is coming to try to get that one, but they're going to return it. And again, both flags reset. Still 3-1.
And I mean, these, it seems like Ego has kind of, after that string of caps, they figured out that they were running 2, and, Evo's coming in. He's distracting right now. He gets pegged by bullets as he's inbound, and he just gets slaughtered on the stand, and Lover takes out Tucker immediately after that, so their push is already dead for this round right now. And now it's going to be up to the counter push of Egocentric to see what they can pull off, and so far they have not been real successful. Either they get conked on the stand by Isotiro, and she just makes an incredibly clutch play, or Swiss Smoke stops them on the stand, or Alkaloid gets the snipe before they even get anywhere near the stand. So they got to figure out, you know, who they really need to neutralize here, because so far they've been stopped by just about everything on the Puppy Kisses stand, and this does look like this is a Puppy Kisses map right here. And here comes David Bowie in Raider, and oh, that was unfortunate right there. Swiss Milk actually killed Alkaloid, their sniper, with a mortar trying to hit David Bowie, and that did not end well for them. But they've got plenty of Crash heading over here. They've got ISO on this, and David Bowie actually gets sniped out by Alkaloid from all the way across the map, and there is just red and blue and all sorts of colors all over the place, and ISO with a nice mid-air return right there. And Evo Platypus is not moving real fast. He's got about 200 speed, and he's got about a third of his health right now, but he is heading home, and he's got some escort coming from Pixieman. You can see the laser lights coming out, signifying that he wants a pass. And there is David Bowie, there's Xanther, there's Vertical, there's Qualm. They're all converging on this, and he is heading home. He punts this thing off, and it's going to hit the tower and bounce really awkwardly, but actually I think that worked kind of in their favor. Not quite.
No, but you never know. Yeah, the flag is bouncing in weird ways lately. Not as weird as it has before. The flag isn't as flubbery as it once was when we would see this map. People could just punt it halfway across the map very easily. So it's certainly not the same kind of game now, since the physics have been changed somewhat. But yeah, Egocentric, one thing they're getting victimized here by a little bit is that the PK Crash team, the offensive team, really does a good job of doubling back and playing defense in the field when the need arises. So they managed to stop a point that probably would have been scored otherwise there by Egocentric, which definitely would have changed up how things are going here. But Puppy Kisses is maintaining a 3-1 lead at the 11-minute mark. Still lots of time, as we've seen. It comes in spurts, as they say.
And I have to point this out.
I'm talking about points.
Yes,
on that.
Yes, we got it. We got it. Winters, I'm sure everyone's mind went there, but then they're like, oh, he means that. Okay.
Of course, absolutely.
But I have to point this out that that Jim Kreis has officially endorsed Puppy Kisses, so there is admin bias, and you know, Jim is in trouble here. You know, he's not. I mean, you can't do things like that, Jim. It's horrible.
Well, they are the most adorable team in Tribes.
That is true.
You can't. I mean, the logo, the name, the people.
Exactly.
And so it's hard not to. And of course, Egocentric is really pushing it here. David Bowie with a grab. They're going to possibly get a return here. Pixie Man gets it knocked out of his hand and taken out, and Tunker's going to try to grab it. No, it's going to be returned, and David Bowie is on his way here. Wolfie with a grab off the stand. Lots of action as they push it in. They get a return, though. David Bowie still trying to get this thing in, and he's got some escort. He's going to get in and get the point, and just underneath, it looked like Pixie Man was going for the E-grab there, but not quite in time. So Egocentric does get one back here, and they're going to make it 2-3. They're only down by 1, and still lots of time for this thing to play out. And yeah, whether Jim endorses PK on this one or not, you can't count out a team like Egocentric just yet, I would not say.
I think we've just spawned a new myth. It's admin curse, because after I said that, Egocentric got a cap. So Jim, you just gave Egocentric a cap, and so the admin bias thing that I said is completely true. It's just unintentional admin bias. So anyhow,
well, Egocentric did win the first map, so PK trying to change the momentum here in this round, and right now both flags are returned. Nope, no, they're both out, as I say that. Qualm with the grab, not going very quickly, and that's going to give PK time to catch up with him, and this one is going to get loose, but Vertical is chasing it and may be able to pick it up. Bowie is there as well, and all those weird bounces, and Xanther is going to pick it up and drop it.
And he punts it into a tree.
Yeah, the deadly trees. They're playing. They're like another player on the field, as both flags do get returned after all that. In between chasers and trees, and they just weird things are afoot at the Circle K and here on Dry Dock. As we are, PK is holding on to that 3-2 lead, but it is very tenuous. As Ego is. This is a veteran team. They know when to make the push, and they know now is the time. And you can see them starting to play with a little bit more of an urgent tone in their style as we go into the lower parts of this round.
Yeah, and over here, you know, like you were saying earlier, the PK crash is just, it's phenomenal, and Tunker comes in with this front to back kind of route, which is something you don't see very often, especially on a map like this, because it's so easy to chase it. And here's Xanther right on him, and he just takes him out with that shotgun, and nothing flat. But then you look back over at the flag stand, and there is red everywhere. But as I say that, David Bowie is out with this thing. Not very far out. The flags actually kind of dropped right next to each other, and both got returned. But I think that was actually their plan, was to get the flag out and just, you know, kind of llama it home, because they are kind of at the position where they're not really getting flag routes out anymore, and they're just kind of figuring that llamaing is the way to go. But Qualm is all yeah, he's all but feet from the stand. A nice pass to Bowie, and a great E-grab by Evo Platypus right there, and Wolfie almost with the return. There's Crash everywhere. Pixie Man's here, and Schwinn just, oof. Actually, that was Xanther who just took the bolt launcher and just nailed him right in the face and just got him the heck away. And now it is tied up 3-3, and Egocentric is coming back after that quick three-cap beating that they took earlier on in the map after a long stalemate of caps.
Very solid team effort from Egocentric there. David Bowie took his protein pills and put his helmet on, and he and Schwinn and Qualm just kind of pushed that thing across, and there it was. And now we are tied as we go into the last 6.5 minutes of this round, and we'll see if they can continue the pace that they are setting at the moment. David Bowie is on a run now and waiting for his crash team. There's Vertical, and Qualm throwing some spam on the stand to try to precede him here as Bowie comes in, and there's the Shrike. Who's that? Pixie Man in the Shrike, and they're going to get him here as he vehicular manslaughters him before he can get the grab.
And again, so he runs Qualm over.
Yep. I wondered when the Shrike would come out, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see Lover doing the same for Egocentric. On this map in particular, it's particularly effective, I must say. We have seen it time and time again. But we'll see now. Both teams are kind of resetting here as PK starting to push in, though.
Ooh, very nice play right there. Oh, it was a great play, but it was unfortunately Schwinn saw it coming, and he actually, the Tunker and Pixie Man came in at the same time. Tunker and Pixie Man crossed the flag at the exact same moment, and it was actually Pixie Man that got out with it, and he got conked right on the stand, and an instant return by Schwinn, so he saw that coming a mile out, but great coordination by both teams, great effort, but it just did not pan out for them, unfortunately. But we do see yet another Shrike out on the field, and looks like they are going to use it to either do the same thing again, because Tunker is inbound. He's about 5 seconds out, and Pixie Man may go for the flag, or he may just explode all over the stand.
The infamous Shrike grab.
And there it is.
It's going to be. And that one is quickly returned. And yes, Qualm is going to do the honors of taking the Shrike out for Egocentric. Pixie Man with a quick grab. It doesn't leave the stand. The flag is going to remain there. And Egocentric has it well in hand at the moment. But nope, Evo Platypus with a big grab. And underneath them, these manages to dodge the air fire there. And there's not that one, though, as he is quickly taken out. But Isotiro is going to advance this. And with a punt, is going to get it to some. Wolfie picks it up, and all sorts of pressure coming in vertical. They're going to 1v1 it here, and it's taken out of his hands. There's a chance for the return, and it is made. So Egocentric does stop the point from being scored there. That was a very close call, but it's going to remain tied as David Bowie tries to at least get this one dislodged from the stand. Not much further, though. It is going to be quickly returned, and we've only got about 3.5 minutes left here, Helemar. Something has to give. This game is tied.
Yeah, it's so close, and with the way the game is going right now, you would expect that Egocentric would be coming out on top just because they have been shutting down every single push from Puppy Kisses. But we saw, in just awe that the Puppy Kisses guys were able to get 3 caps back to back, and it was just they caught the Ego guys off guard and just went with it. And we may see the same thing happen again from the Puppy Kisses guys, but just as I say that, there comes Qualm, and he gets splattered by Wolfie, who's now in the Shrike, and he is not going to let that go anywhere. And with a very last-second save there by Alkalal, who actually got splattered all over the place by Vertical with a Merv. But both these teams are just, they're pulling out all the stops, everything they possibly can. Shrikes splattering all over the place, 7 Pathfinders, who knows what, and here we go. Even Swiss Milk, their Hoff, came off the stand and went for a grab. So they are literally trying everything right now, and by all means, they need to.
Yes, as well they should, because time is of the essence, but we do have overtime in Tribes Ascend, and I'm not sure, is it the 60-minute overtime still in NA Tribes, or did they change that? I know there was talk of changing it. Pixie Man is going to try to change things up here. It is a 10 minutes. Thank you, Jim Christ. Pixie Man getting some pressure, though, as he's got Wolfie to help him out. He's going to go ahead and punt this one as far as he can, and that's going to put it close. No! Big return. Evo Platypus almost got it, but Egocentric is going to bring it back to the stand, and so now we are in desperation time. A couple of minutes left. Yes, it is a 10-minute overtime. They've got rid of
here comes Tunker.
Dreaded 60-minute overtime.
He did. Tunker was coming in for the regrab there, trying to catch them off guard, but it was just a little too late on that, and he came in and Qualm just splattered Wolfie all over the place. I can never get tired of seeing somebody get splattered with a Shrike. It's one of my favorite things in this entire game, I have to say.
Yeah, and looking over, I see some people talking about O-stacks and defense, and we saw the game take a more defensive Tribes Ascend, that is, a more defensive kind of style among teams there for a while. But what we're starting to see now, competition-wise, is more of an emphasis on offense, which is always fun for us as casters and ideally for the viewers as well. And it's made
here we go.
A difference
this may
in
be
how
the
it
cap
goes.
right
And
here.
Speaking of offense, chance for Puppy Kisses. Tunker got some people in pursuit, but they are not matching his speed. He's got a chance to get this back.
And
Vertical
there's
is there.
Qualm.
Qualm is there.
Oh.
Qualm is going to jump out of the Shrike, take this one off the stand, and the flags are both bouncing loose. Puppy Kisses still with a chance here. Wolfie picks it up. They're going to need to get the return, and they do. Here, if he can get over, Xanther is there. Swiss, it's all over the place. Xanther with a chance. No, Swiss Milk, all he's got to do is get their Lover almost.
Oh my God, more grenades.
His hands. Oh, so close, but Pixie
And there
Man
we go.
does get the cap. And wow, so close. And that's going to do it, probably, maybe.
Yeah, we've got 15 seconds left. There is no way.
Left. What a play. Puppy Kisses fighting to the very end, just a few feet away from that one being returned. Lover and a bunch of guys had a hand in trying to get it, but not quite. And PK
is got this thing. They need to
as long as this thing stays out, we will stay into overtime. So Lover, this is the last chance now, and not quite.
Lover passed it off to Evo Platypus. He knew he wasn't going anywhere with that, so he's just like, here you go, and he just chucks the flag to him and says, good game. But in a very, very intense game from both these teams, 3-3 until the very, very last minute. And Puppy Kisses comes out with this perfectly well-timed distract and clear on the Egocentric stand, and Tunker just flies away with it. But then there's this humongous crash that comes from Egocentric all the way down the middle, and constant just conks and flags and death everywhere. And Puppy Kisses just barely lets this thing bounce right in the hands of the Hoff and then someone else. I can't remember. There were so many people that died, but it was such a close game, and I was hoping for this, and perhaps I have broken the caster's curse because I said Puppy Kisses would win.
Do you think so, man? Yeah,
or maybe what it is it's the combination of admin curse plus caster's curse that breaks it. Maybe that's
sure,
what it is. Let's go with that.
A combination of factors, indeed. But they had to work for that one, man, and that's about as close as it gets. And 4-3 win is going to tie this up in rounds. So, and we will advance the showing Arcs Novena, but I believe the next map will be Blue Shift to decide your winner this evening, as Egocentric and Puppy Kisses putting on a very entertaining match tonight. As Egocentric took the first round, Puppy Kisses takes a very close second round, and we'll see how this third round plays out on Blue Shift, which is a newer map, much newer than Dry Dock anyway. So these teams have had less time to prepare the strategy and metagame and emergent gameplay and all that stuff. So we'll see who is best prepared to take things to the end here on Blue Shift.
Yeah, and it's Blue Shift is one of those maps that it is very, very capper and very sniper dominant. And seeing as, there are a couple of guys on Egocentric who are very good snipers, but as far as the sniper department goes, I would give the advantage there to Puppy Kisses with Alkaloll. That man is a terrifying sniper, and I hate going against him. But both these teams also have two strong, double cappers. They've got Evo Platypus and Tunker on Puppy Kisses, and then they've got Qualm and David Bowie on the other side. So in terms of just those two things, if we were to say, that's what this map would come down to, I would say Puppy Kisses would take this, but I'm not sure. I mean, Puppy Kisses may not have had as much practice or as good of roots on this or what exactly, but this is a map that it's very difficult to chase on, so anybody who's chasing ESO or Schwinn is going to play a smaller factor than they would on a map like Dry Dock. So this is going to be very, very close, and it's going to come down to basically who can get the spots off and who can, get the, basically just get the flag cleared off a little bit here so that the cappers can come in, because if they can get the timing down, Evo Platypus and Tunker, they will be able to come in perfectly timed like they did in the last map, and they won't be able to see both of them coming. So what do you think's gonna happen here, Winters?
Well, I think you're right, man. On paper, it seems to come down to intangibles. And, well, we know that Puppy Kisses, they are masters of the metagame. They were the ones that figured out that well-placed inventory station can stop the progress of a fast incoming capper and things like that. So they may have some surprises for us here. They may know some nuances of this map that they can work to their favor. So, yeah, you never know, though. And Egocentric, they came close to coming back and winning that last round, so they are not going to be intimidated or anything like that. And let's see, they are making some lineup changes here. I see Shottingham coming in for Egocentric, so another good player. So they're bringing in some big guns and maybe making some adjustments to try to counter whatever they're going to do here, as we are about to start this third and final round, as NA Tribes Monday night, a 1-1 game comes to this third round, which happens now, and we'll see both teams starting out with their offensive crash to come in and clear the way for the cap attempts.
And I have to say, with the addition of Shottingham, that pretty much evens it up as far as the sniper capper thing goes that I was talking about. Shottingham is a very strong sniper, probably stronger than Lover or Xanther that we've seen in the last two maps. So that may be the sort of tying factor right there. And actually, Xanther is sniping, Shottingham is not. So disregard everything I just said.
Well, Shottingham is there at the Puppy Kisses stand, as is Vertical, and I see Qualm in the distance, probably coming in to do a crossing route, as Bowie will probably arrive before he does. He's obviously going to make the grab attempt here, and he's going to get loose with not much health, but he is free with it, and he's going to try to sneak behind these mountains and dodge as much of the sniper fire as he can, which is going around him but not landing. Well, a little bit does. He's down to 118 health, and looking for some help here. Likely there will be somebody coming out to meet him. Qualm will probably be that person. No, here comes Vertical as well. Isotiro again on the chase is going to crest over the hill and meet before and put some fire down on Bowie here, as he's going to stop and wait. He's got help now, and they are going to stop the PK attempt to get it out of his hands here. Qualm is going to keep pushing it, and Pixie Man with a grab to stop the cap attempt now. Qualm is going to wait back here in the back for them to go ahead and try to land some shots on Pixie Man, who is not, it's a kind of a llama grab, I guess, man, and that one is going to bounce loose and be taken out of his hands. And Schwinn with the return here.
And I have to point this out real quick. Wolfie
certainly
just went up against 3 or 4 of the Ego guys, and he killed all of them except the Capper. That is some freakish gameplay right there. Wolfie is a terrifying guy, and I mean, to be able to tear apart that many guys Vertical is insane.
And they are going to get this cap. They do take out the pursuit of Puppy Kisses, and Ego is going to be the first one on the board here, as it looked like Evo Platypus was coming in for an E-grab, which was going to turn into an attempt, and he is quickly taken out. Pixie Man is going to do another llama grab, and Schwinn quickly out in front of him is going to get this return, and both flags are going to reset. But all of that results in a 1-0 Egocentric lead, as we are still 3 minutes into this one. So, and we do play to 7 in North American tribes, but I don't know. You think this one will go to 7?
If we use past games as a measuring stick, I would say, due to how close these teams are in terms of skill, I would say yes. You know, we've seen Epidemic versus Vex. That was an incredibly close match in the finals of the qualifiers. That was literally a 6-5 game that went into overtime even. And, you know, we've seen, we saw one cap out with, I believe, ZFC versus Epidemic, so that was really close as well, but that was down to, like, the 3-minute mark. But, like I said, being as how close these teams are in terms of skill, I would say that this will go the full gamut of 25 minutes.
Yes, I would not be surprised if you were correct, man. And I would tell the people coming in who are wanting to see more that Helemar has uploaded a whole bunch of these games of North American tribes to YouTube. I saw that, man, and I'm not sure what the link is, but I know you can go to the Reddit subreddit for tribes, our tribes, and there's a link there, I know, that will take you to a playlist of all sorts of really solid games that have happened already in North American tribes in the NA Tribes Pro League. And this one is an important one as far as points go. We talked about it earlier as far as promotion and relegation is concerned. And also you can wager for Shazbucks, the hot new thing. And I don't know what the currency conversion of Shazbucks to real money is.
I don't think we've quite set that up yet. You'd have to talk to Bees Knees and Jim about the logistics of that, and I'm not sure they know quite yet either. We're getting things rolling, and, you know, like I said, this like you said, you know, this is sort of the ground level that we're getting in on. But anyhow, back to the game. Qualm is out with this thing. Yeah, the game, that one thing that we were supposed to be casting. Craziness. But Qualm gets out with it, and Alcala looks like he has repositioned and just gets a nice snipe on him. There is a little bit of crash on this thing, and Tunker just goes right by the flag. I don't think I agree with that choice. So seeing as the, oh wow, nice midair by Iso right there, a nice save, but we do actually have a nice conversion from Hydroxide here in chat, and I will relay this. One Shazbuck is 789 Monopoly money, so if you guys know the conversion of Monopoly money to real dollars, then there you go.
Well, hopefully the next thing that NA Tribes does is hire a Nobel Prize winning economist like EVE Online did to figure all this stuff out. Vertical with a grab for Egocentric and 43 health. You can't get much lower than that. But he is with a chance here. He's coming back to an open stand. He may punt this, but no, he's going to elect to go ahead and take this in on his own. Jobu, he's going to do it himself, and Vertical gets it to make it 2-0.
That's a great reference.
Oh, thank you. Yes, Major League, great movie. But wow, all of a sudden Egocentric is dictating the early tempo of this round, and with 18:40 to go, they are up 2-0.
Yeah, and it does look like the Puppy Kisses guys they're having a little bit of difficulty coordinating their offense. It seems as though they're not able to really get any clear off, or at least any distract to get any cappers through. Every single time they're either getting sniped out or they're getting chained out by the LD, and it just seems like they've got their numbers long before they ever get to the flag stand. And this is a map where there is no fog. You can see all the way across the map, and it does not matter. So right now, from my screen here, you can see Qualm and David Bowie, and let's actually lock onto Alkalal and not Evo Platypus. That was not who I wanted. Apparently the game wanted Evo Platypus, but I didn't. But Alkalal has already spotted David Bowie and Qualm coming in. He takes out Qualm, and David Bowie is already his next target. He is zoomed in on him right here. I've got a lock on him. David Bowie does get his regen, but he knows he's coming. His stand knows he's coming. Now it breaks down to, can they stop him on the stand? And you look over here, and you've got Shottingham doing some harass. Iso about to go down. Swiss Milk on the stand as Jughoff, but David Bowie does get out with it. He's got about 480 health, and Alkalal is way out there. So right now he's got a set of really difficult shots to make, and he does make one for 240 damage. And he is down to 200 life. He's got a little bit of chase, and he runs into the little thing there, and he kiwis it. So that is probably the end of this right here, and we've got Iso on this, we've got Tunker on it, but Vertical's going to pick this up, and he has got just tons of escort, and Iso just suicides out. That was a little odd. Not really sure what the thought process was there. Maybe he hit the wrong button or something of that nature, but that was that may have been another flub right there.
Yeah, well, like you said on this map, the bases are pretty close to each other. There's high visibility, so these clusters, these furball kind of plays seem to work very well. Vertical taking his time with his escort, and he's going to again get a cap. And it works for him there, and that's going to make it 3-0 in favor of Egocentric. As yeah, that seems to be the best way to work it. There's not a lot of what you call cowboy capping here, where it's just you go in and try to high speed push it across one guy as much as possible. So it's really working for Egocentric right now. Puppy Kisses is probably going to switch it up a little bit, try to do something different, as Wolfie is in the Shrike and probably going to use that. Well, he's hanging back towards his stand. He may try to push in a more offensive direction with it, as Vertical is coming in to try to clear things out for Egocentric, as Shottingham is there as well. Bowie way off in the distance, still a ways from coming in on a cap run.
Yeah, and there we go, there's Bowie. So yeah, and Alkalal is still camping the same hill, and it does look like he's hit Bowie. He has stopped his regen, but on the other side, for the first time of this map, we see Puppy Kisses out with a flag, and he's not going tremendously fast, but he doesn't have a whole lot of chase on him. And, I mean, Xanther's repositioning, trying to get a better shot on him here, and he does nail one, but he's still got 480 health, and I hope to see some PK. Yep, there we go. There's some escort coming out, and Schwinn is coming after this as well. Tries to hit him with a Nitron, but does miss that, and Xanther just keeps creeping up here, trying to get closer and closer, get these shots, and he does nail another one. He's coming up to the stand, chucks it off, and Isotiro picks it up, and there they are. They are on the board finally, and it looks like Puppy Kisses has finally figured out their mojo on this map, and we may see hopefully we'll see the same thing that we saw last map, where they start just running away with it. And just as I say that, there's Tunker, but he did not go anywhere with it, unfortunately. So
Well, again, that team push, it doesn't have to be just the blinding speed. You just have to get enough people behind you, and it worked for Puppy Kisses there, just like it's been working for Ego. But if I understand this correctly, Egocentric, if they win this round, they will automatically guarantee themselves a spot in the Season 1 playoffs?
I believe that is correct, yes. So it's, and I believe actually if, I'm not sure how this is going to work. If Puppy Kisses actually wins this one, then I believe they tie Egocentric in terms of points, and I'm not sure if we'll have a playoff map or what's going to happen there, but it could go to essentially a fourth map if that's what they're planning on. But anyhow, here comes Tunker, and it does look like Alchemy has just got his number, and Tunker cannot get him off that stand. He is just a brick wall, the Great Wall of China, if you would, and he will not let him go through at all. And on the other side, Swiss Milk does the same thing to David Bowie, just splatters him all over the stand, and they are not moving this thing real fast at the moment. And
the good old-fashioned body block, Helemar. Yep. You can't go wrong with that.
Especially with the super heavy. I mean, that is, I have to say, this is on a tangent, and this is something that we have to do as casters to keep ourselves from going insane sometimes, but I have been playing super heavy Jug a lot lately, and I have been enjoying it very thoroughly. So any of these guys who are running super heavy Jug, I fully endorse that, and I fully love that idea. But anyhow, here comes Evo Platypus in on the route, and he just hops right over Alchemy, and look in here, looks like the Egocentric guys have taken a page from the Puppy Kisses playbook, and Xanther Mealy's Tunker, sorry, that was funny, but they've got an inventory station here to block cappers, and that's exactly what it did. It stopped that route from getting out, which otherwise would have been a perfect clear. So I wonder if the Puppy Kisses guys are aware of this, and it does not look like they are. It looks like they have been out inventory stationed. And
oh, no way, no way.
I know it's a crazy concept, but you know, hey, you know, if you can't beat them, join them.
Well, here's it's looking good for the Ego attack here, as they managed to take out most of the PK defense, and it gets Qualm free enough to get to midfield with this. Isotiro is in pursuit, though, as Evo Platypus with a grab on the other side for PK. Bowie coming to help out with this is a battle with Isotiro here, and they're going to fight for who gets here first. This flag is in contention, and Tunker out of nowhere gets the return for Puppy Kisses. But just like that, Vertical with the E-grab waiting on the stand for Egocentric is going to take it out as soon as it comes back. He is quickly taken down, but Bowie is there with the midair, no Globetrotter passing there. They're going to continue this on and use the terrain to try to avoid some of the pursuit, but Isotiro, just too much Isotiro there, and David Bowie is going to get taken out. Vertical is going to pick it up, though, in the opposite direction, but he is hit. Wow, big play by Tunker to get him, and this flag is just sitting there, and who's left to get it? Qualm and Shottingham close by. Bowie is there as well, and they're going to try to cluster this thing back, and it's looking good for him as the PK, who's close? Evo Platypus is the closest one, and he is not going to get there in time. It's safe to say. Oh,
but
there's Pixie Man is,
with a
and
nice
he's
save.
going to get this off the stand. A big play for PK there, and that's a return. Bowie's going to pick it up, and does he get the cat? Yes, he does.
Just barely.
Close,
that was a little bit scary right there.
Yes, close, but yes, cigar, and that's 4-1 now.
But good play by Pixie Man right there, preventing that from going to a cap and giving his team enough time to at least get the chance to stop that. And I mean, it was unfortunate that they couldn't get it in time, but it was, I mean, it was literally last second, you know, that flag was hopping just right over every single Puppy Kisses guy that was coming in, and, you know, great effort by them. I have to commend them on that. That was, you know, perfectly executed, all except for the return.
Yes, indeed. And Egocentric, although they do have the lead right now, Puppy Kisses will, a very tenacious team, they will stay with them and keep going and try to keep this thing close. Now Vertical coming in, Shottingham as well, trying to crash the stand of Puppy Kisses and getting some pressure now. And the Shrike has returned. Wolfie is in it now, and he's looking to stop Bowie as he's coming in on his run, and he does not do it. Qualm gets him the flag loose, and Evo Platypus the grab on the other side simultaneously for PK, but Qualm with some good air here, but he is finally wow. Alcohol does snipe him out, and the flag bounces loose, and looks like somebody's gonna get out of the Shrike here and get that. Wolfie is, but nope, maybe not. Yes, just barely.
Very, very close.
There was a moment of uncertainty there as Egocentric sent people in for it and almost got it. But Wolfie yes, both legs to reset.
Wolfie just continued with his momentum there and tried to turn that into a return plus Shrike grab, which would have been a very impressive play, but didn't quite pull it off. So Shottingham.
Yeah, we've been seeing some good plays all night from each of these teams. The individual efforts have been wonderful. This has been a joy to watch so far.
Yeah, this has been one of the more enjoyable blue shifts that I've seen thus far. And Shottingham did take the Shrike, but he's got a missile on him right now and bails out right at the last second, but he whiffs the flag. But there is blue all over the place. Qualm comes in for the grab, and he kind of gets splattered all over the place, but there's still quite a bit of blue here. Wolfie's going for the return, and a good choice. Vertical's still on the stand here, just kind of llamas it out, but on the other side, you do have Tunker out with it, but he gets chained out almost immediately, and these Puppy Kisses guys, they've really got to, figure out what they're doing, what they got to do different to get this thing moving, because they have not been able to inch this thing, really that much further than the stand ever since that one cap they have. And Egocentric, they've only got 8 more minutes effectively until they have got this on lockdown, and the Puppy Kisses guys really have to do something different, and I really haven't watched their offense a whole lot, so I'm not sure what they're doing.
Well, they're not having as much success as they had in previous rounds with their clearance, and there's an attempt that doesn't go very far as a result, as I say that. But looking on this side, the closest attempt will probably be Egocentric, as Shottingham and Vertical are coming in to try to clear the way. I see Qualm on one side, Bowie trying to catch up on the other. Tunker is going to chase Qualm down here and try to stop him before he comes in, but Qualm they've got firm control of the Puppy Kisses stand, and Qualm is going to get loose with this, and full health currently and pretty good speed. This is looking good for him here. Pixie Man is waiting at the stand to try to stop him. Tunker coming in as well, probably going to go for the E-grab. Yes, he does. And they are going to meet each other and do a little flag carrier battling. Professional courtesy, they just kind of pass each other on, though, as Qualm is going to make it all the way back to the stand, and Tunker, currently unmolested, is probably going to do the same for Puppy Kisses. We may be looking at a standoff here.
Oh, Winter, some of the things you say really just make me warm inside.
Well, there's a chance, though. They've knocked it out of Tunker's hands. Nope, and Evo Platypus is going to pick it up, and there's just a furball of Puppy Kisses there, and they will settle it down for the standoff now, it looks like. 6 minutes left. This does play into Egocentric's favor. They can stand to make this last as long as they need with that 3-point lead, man.
Yep, and Qualm and Shottingham are both coming in here, and Shottingham's using that Raider Plasma, and he does tear Swiss Milk up a bit, but he looks like he's going to get cleaned up by Pixie Man and Evo Platypus here. Wolfie coming back to assist as well, and Shottingham is just turning tail and tucking tail and running there, so the Ego offense is still kind of maintaining their presence, but it looks like Evo Platypus did manage to chase down Shottingham, and it looks like Pixie Man and Swiss Milk are both really low here. Bowie takes out Swiss Milk, and Pixie Man is left all alone except for Alcohol, who comes up from behind and just puts a shotgun in his back and says hello.
And you'll see an interesting choices of where to make your stand on the standoff. I see Egocentric is just keeping it right there at the base which is an interesting thing. They won't have to go as far if they do get a return to convert this into a point. Tunker is trying to get it loose, though, and here comes the Puppy Kisses team as Xanther's going to drop it. Bowie picks it up, and now he's going to try to put a little bit of distance between himself and that base as Wolfie is going to pursue him a little bit, and the flag is dropped, but they do eliminate all the PK attack. So, but yeah, they're keeping it on the base, and PK is choosing to keep it on this little mountaintop hill behind the base. So they've got a little bit of distance to cover in case they do get a return. So sometimes those few seconds can make a difference. So that may be something that helps Egocentric in case they do get a return here.
Well, and the thing that I look at is, they've basically given up their base here, and that gives the Egocentric guys a good gathering place. Not only is it a good gathering place to just push in for your O, and I'll stop my rant there because Xanther just takes him out, and Alkalaw with a nice clutch save right there. There's only Xanther and Shottingham here, and Pixie Man and Alkalaw are both coming around, but this flag is bouncing all over the place, and he barely saves it, but he does not save it in the end. So, and Tucker here, he almost gets the return, but there's a lot of crash on this, and Wolfie with the last second return. And kind of a anticlimactic end to a standoff right there, but seeing as there's only 3 minutes left, very, very beneficial to the Ego guys, since they were the, they are still up 3 points, and Evo Platypus may get this down, but...
Big place to get the return, and Evo Platypus is going to try to get this onto the stand for a point, and the timed return perfectly timed, and he's going to get one. And so it's 4-2. They got one back, and they're only down by 2. But yeah, man, like you said, that ate up a lot of time off the clock, that standoff. So with 3 minutes left for them to try to do something here, and PK will try to press the issue and push a little bit harder offensively. But Ego just really doing good work on the PK stand to knock them out of their normal game here, as that's really been a lot of the difference in this round.
Yeah, and I mean, I would be heavily in favor of seeing the Puppy Kisses guys run, even 3 cappers and just 1 clear, 1 guy to get in there and just cause some havoc, and then just send as many cappers as they can, because Xanther has got a bead on most of them, and Pixie Man's coming in on a route right now. It's kind of slow, but he saw him coming in way out there, and he's going to get sniped out here or chained, and Evo Platypus is coming from the other side. But with 2 minutes left here, Evo Platypus gets taken out by Xanther as well. They need to switch things up here a little bit, because they are, the clock is ticking. They need a cap immediately. The next push they make has got to be successful, and if it's not, this game is pretty much over for Puppy Kisses. But as I say that, Tucker does get out with it, gets sniped, and there are chase on this, and that's going to go home. So they've got about 1 more chance, and then this game is over.
Well, and a lot of times you would see a team in the position that Ego is in currently try to retreat and go more defensive in these waning moments, but they are keeping the pressure on, and Vertical is going to continue this flag run here. He's going in a strange direction, but he doesn't have to, we've got a minute left. So Tunker with the grab, trying to move this thing for PK. Vertical is just going to carry it as far out. He threw it over the mountains like Uncle Rico there. He's just kind of going to hide out here as we tick down to 1 minute, as this one is looking good for Egocentric to ensure their place in the playoffs, and they do get a return here. So now Vertical is the only flag out in the field, as Swiss Milk is taking some shots at him, and will probably catch up to him around the corner here. Is Sotiro as well. Wow, how good has this Sotiro been tonight?
No
so
kidding.
Good. As
right
they're again doing it to Vertical. Shottingham picking it up though, and where's the other flag? They got a grab here. Shottingham is still being pursued by Tunker. They're going to take him out, as Schwinn is going to make the return here, and Shottingham, nope, he is somebody got him there, but Qualm is going to pick it up and come across, get the what will probably be the final cap of the round, and that is 5-2. Put it in stone. Egocentric is going to take this third and final round, and they will be sealing their spot in the NA Tribes Pro League playoffs.
Yeah, so a big victory after, you know, what was a series of very close games. The scores do actually, for once, tell a better tale of what happened in the games, just because of how close they were. And we're going to see if we can get some guys in here for interviews, because I really want to get some feedback on this. I want to know what these guys are thinking, because it was incredibly close, and they had some great plays all night, both teams, and I mean, I don't know what else to say. This was everything I was expecting and more.
Yes, indeed, man. PK, they seem stronger as a team every time I see them, and they have really stepped it up with their inclusion in this NATL Pro League. But the veteran work by Egocentric was just too much in the end there, and they really proved themselves. Just some great individual plays from both teams. Just really enjoyed watching that, and hope you have too. And we're about to hear from some of these players as they are coming in. GG's to everybody coming in.
GG's.
Good jabronis.
So yeah.
So excellent jabroni.
There we go.
So we have got, I don't think we have a single Egocentric guy in here yet. Nope. It's
those jabronis are fucking late.
They have their own.
Yeah, they are quite jabronis.
They do have their own. Let me send them a message here real quick.
We're here. What are you talking about?
Oh,
what's up,
hello,
jabroni?
Qualm.
What's up, jabroni?
Okay.
Jabronis here.
So first off, both teams, great games. They were down to the wire for pretty much every single game, and it was everything I was hoping for to see out of tonight's game. I was saying before this game that it would be much closer than I think everyone was expecting, and that came to be very true. So I want to start this off with a question to the Puppy Kisses guys. How were you guys feeling going into that second map after you had been after you'd lost Dangerous Crossing 6-3?
Well, we knew these guys were jabronis, so we sort of just went with it.
Man, this is never going to end, is it? Maybe I should stop asking questions to you guys.
Nope.
But anyhow, give me a real answer here, man. I'd appreciate it.
I mean, DX.
Yeah, that's all there is to it, really.
I mean, Drydock plays to our strengths pretty well, so we kind of knew that we had a decent chance on Drydock. We're a lot more familiar with that map than DX or Blue Shift, obviously. So. Yeah, I mean, if any map we thought we could take, it would definitely be Drydock.
Yeah, and I'd like to thank Monster Energy, our new sponsor. It really pumped me up to get my shots.
Oh boy, here it
Cool.
goes.
So you're saying it gave you wings? That's awesome.
Yes.
Man.
No, that's Red Bull.
No, you can't say that. That's copyright infringement.
Yes, and we're joined by the captain of Egocentric, David Bowie. GG's, man. What's more exciting, having the #1 album in the world, or ensuring the Egocentric spot in the playoffs?
Well, there's a little more money to be made with the album, so I probably got to go with that. But I mean, it's close. It's almost as much money for being in the playoffs. So
I'm not sure what the Shazbuck payout is for the winners, but it's got to be quite a bit.
Yeah, basically you doubled whatever you put in tonight. The odds were so close, and you know it
was fun playing you jabronis.
Yeah, you guys actually let me show you. Let me say this here. I'm just gonna read it to you. After it loads, the bets were 2,400 for Egocentric and 1941 for Puppy Kisses, so it was really close.
So we stole Blitz Shazbucks.
Yeah, I'd like to have this interview be in memoriam of Blitz's 52 Shazbucks.
It's okay,
rest in pieces.
Let me direct this question at David Bowie here. How did you guys feel after Map 2, after Dry Dock, where they got out with the flag at the last second, got that cap? What did you guys, what were you thinking going into Map 3 right there after you guys had just lost that last map in the last split seconds?
Actually, in our minds, we lost that map in the middle of the game when we let him chain grab twice after a cap.
I would agree with that.
I think
it was actually 3 times.
It was 3.
Yeah, so we just had a little talk about it, and we said, hey guys, let's just make sure we always have somebody on the stand, no matter what. You know, if they get the one cap, whatever, but let's not let them get more than one in a row. And so we just made that adjustment.
And that was definitely a good call.
We were a little worried, but we practiced blue shift some. Qualm and I kind of like got our routes timed out the other day, and we knew we had like at least a fairly solid strategy for that map. So we felt, I guess, pretty confident going into it.
Yeah, and I mean, it showed very well, and, you know, Winters and I were sitting here going, oh my god, what just happened when those 3 caps went just back to back within a matter of like 2 minutes. It was something that we were just sitting here going, you know, Ego's got this locked down, they're not letting any caps out, they've got one on the board, they're gonna milk this thing, and they're gonna make their way, you know, all the way up to 7 caps, or, you know, whatever it's gonna be at the end, and then all of a sudden 3 caps come barreling out, and it's just this cacophony of, you know, disturbing and exciting things that happened, and I want to know from not from Alcohol, because I know what he's going to say already, but
well, Puppy Kisses is known for being disturbing and exciting. That's for sure.
But
thank you, Winters.
I will get a straight answer out of ESO here. So what were you guys feeling after you guys got those 3 caps?
It was actually pretty good because we usually are unable to get chain grabs like that, but it was some good judgment on our cappers' parts, and it felt pretty good.
See, that's why I chose ESO, because I knew I would get a straight answer out of it, and I wouldn't get
So
jabronis.
The only reason they got
the
3.
player on that team, so
We're really glad we got the jabronis in.
Yeah, and with our new sponsor, Kingston HyperX, we were able to go fast and get these caps out.
Kingston, when you need that extra...
Alright.
You can kick them out if you
The
want.
only reason they were able to get 3 chain grabs is because we're all jabronis. So.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
Big
Qualm's
jabronis.
a good jabroni.
Alright, so going from there, I want to ask Qualm, what do you think was the highlight of your games tonight? What did you think was the best part that you guys had?
Wow, that's really putting me on the spot there, huh?
I know, I love doing that.
I don't know. I think that we had some good flag play on DX towards the end when we did that super defensive standoff, and I thought that was pretty cool. I enjoyed that.
Next question, Qualm. Man's existential place in the universe. Your thoughts?
That's really putting him on the spot.
I caught that.
Okay.
So I'll direct that question at Bowie as well, since you were kind of not the man's existential place in the universe, but the other question, Bowie.
I mean, I enjoyed the flag plays. You know, we had some good throws back and forth. Puppy had some great returns too. I know Wolfie got several where he just kind of like landed around the flag perfectly. That was pretty clutch by them. I don't know. I mean, I thought it was pretty funny when I got body blocked on the stand and then tried to throw the flag to Qualm and it didn't work. I'm sure you guys were laughing at that.
We caught a couple things that were really funny. I think one of the funniest ones was at the end of Dry Dock when I can't remember who it was that grabbed the flag, but it was somebody on Ego, and they just grabbed this thing trying to keep it alive so that you guys could stay and play, and they chucked the flag and they threw it at Evo Platypus, and it just got insta-return and the map ended.
I believe that was the
No, that was a conk.
Yeah, it sounds like
That was a conk? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was a conk.
Yeah, it looked like it was they just tossed the flag off, and it was like, you know, oh, the hell with it. That's the impression that I got from that play right there.
Did you guys see the flubber flag in the beginning of DX?
Yes.
Where we just kept missing the stand?
Yep.
Oh, that was awesome.
Oh, yes, yes. We have laughed a lot throughout the course of the evening, and figured you guys probably were as well.
Yeah.
Well, it was more screaming, but yeah.
There's that too. So I'm gonna direct the same question that I asked Bowie. Again, not the existential place in the universe. Blah 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 blah. Winters, I hate you. At Evo Platypus. So.
Highlight.
Yeah, highlight.
Definitely the being able to get that double chain grab in the middle of Dry Dock, because it's something that we've been practicing on, and right after the
Man,
right
you're
after
starting
the
to sound
first
like
grab,
Tasty Ham here.
Yeah, I know. But right after the first grab, we just kept screaming, "This is coming home! Go ahead and start another route." So I would go on a route, then Tunker went on a route. So just being able to get that bit of teamwork going, and it just shows that we're coming forward and moving forward as a team.
All right, I have one more question, then we'll go on to shout-outs. I know everyone wants to get on with their things. I saw on Blue Shift the Egocentric guys taking a page from the Puppy Kisses playbook, and that was the inventory station that managed
Everyone's
to
been stealing that, man. Like, I don't know. I need some copyright on that.
So
I think that we
That's so
need
last
some.
like week.
I think we need some royalties on this, please. If you win any money from this tournament, we take at least 75%.
So yeah.
Well, surely your sponsors will kick in a little bit on that as
There we
well.
go.
I would think.
Oh, definitely. But I mean, this is a lot of money we're talking here.
So how did you guys manage that inventory station? It didn't look like it actually landed anywhere that it should. I'm kind of curious here.
I believe Schwinn set that up. I have no idea. I didn't even look at it.
Well, he is the master
Is Schwinn
inventory
sponsored by
station.
Schwinn was
Internet?
laughing at it.
But anyhow, I will go ahead and throw this out to shoutouts. Xanther, why don't you take us away?
All right, I want to give a shout out to Puppy Kisses, who has been one of probably my favorite team in all of Tribes Ascent. I remember when they were still itty bitty new blood. I remember before they were new bloods, and so just watching them, get better and better as the times go on. It's very exciting to actually trade blows like that in the middle of a tournament. So I'm just very proud of all of y'all.
Oh, thank you.
Oh.
And I'm glad you lost, so shut up. Also, shout out to Egocentric and everyone watching the stream. Everyone is beautiful.
All right, and I will throw
I'd like to send a special shout out to the jabronis who spam Frankersy. Thank you.
Frankersy?
We love it.
Frankersy.
We love
We
it.
love you,
Frankersy.
jabronis.
Oh dear. Okay, so I'm gonna throw shout-outs to Swiss Milk now. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, I just want to thank the entire Trips community. Everyone's awesome. I love to see more action in the competitive play. I love seeing people asking questions, trying to get better, always improving their game, and just staying positive. So, just thanks to everyone. Yep.
All right,
I'd like to
Winter.
give a shout out to the place where I started comp, which
Let's
is
see
Art
here,
and Reddit Tribe.
Muting alcohol. There we go. Okay. He's probably gonna kick me now, which is probably not the best move, since I am the one
I
streaming
didn't see
this.
what you did, man.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no,
Anyhow,
I did.
Winters, why don't you go ahead and do your shout-outs, do your spiel, man.
Oh, doesn't anybody else have anything to add
got
to
a
all
shout-out.
this? I'm sure they do.
Oh, go for it.
so
Bo.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, so I want to give a shout out to all of Group 2 as it is. Like, I think we have personally I think it's like the most fun teams in this group, and it's all. I mean, it's a lot of dudes that I really have fun playing with and against, and it sucks that we all have to fight each other in this group. And I'm excited for going, some cross-group play here coming up in the Elam brackets. But definitely Puppy Kisses would be like our favorite team ever, and it's sad that we had to play them tonight because they're awesome. And like Xanther said, they've gotten so much better, and they're really good now. And I think that's fantastic. So shout out to all them and to all of Group 2 for being the best group.
Awesome, man. Who else?
Shout out to Blitz's 52 Shazbucks, Rip in Pieces.
Alright, I have a shout out.
A serious shout-out or a jabroni shout-out?
Shout
They're
out
all
to
serious.
Helemar for casting and Winners for sticking around. I remember you casted our first match, so that's
did,
badass
yes.
that you're still around.
Yeah, well, it's badass that you're still around, so thank you guys.
Thanks, man.
So
Really love you.
Badassery in here.
I have some legit shout outs I'd like to give.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Vex for helping us lately, helping us practice and stuff, and also because I know that it gets on our M-Star skin. Also shout out to M-Star for helping me duel so long ago, because I know it gets on our Blitz skin.
Cool. Isotiro,
Shots
we called
fired.
your name many times tonight. A well-played game.
Yes, we
who
did.
else we not heard from? Tunker, did you have any shout-outs?
Shout out to Fictious. The dude's awesome.
Cool. From the Reddit tribes.
Yep.
Anybody else who we not heard from? Evo Platypus, are you there?
Shout out to the guys that didn't play tonight. Even though they didn't play, they still helped us out during practices and that. So Hiromaki, Cheese, Deagle. I'm gonna forget someone.
Galvatron.
Yeah,
How can you
for
forget
all
Gil?
those
Our
PK
boy on
players that weren't
Spring
able to play.
Pixie?
Oh, I gave my shout out to the Frankersy crew in the chat. Those guys were awesome.
I could read off my giant list of sponsors if you want.
No, that's okay.
Oh,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
Well,
Don't forget-
they'll just
hold
have
on,
to go
don't
to the
forget Red
Puppy Kisses
Lobster.
website for that. Oh, Red Lobster. Awesome. Those cheddar biscuit
Yeah,
things.
cheddar biscuits. Yes.
Yes. Shout out to Cheddar Biscuits and the Base God. Thank you, Base God.
Thank
and,
you, Base God.
To
And lobster
Helemar,
macaroni and
this,
cheese.
this was the first time we've ever casted together,
Yes, it
Helemar,
was.
and what a game it was, as Egocentric ended up prevailing, but Puppy Kisses quite a showing as well, so we really enjoyed it. And I'm Winners with the One. You can find me at Winners with the One on Twitter. We're part of the Independent Broadcast Network, which you can find on Twitter as IBN Casting. We cast this and all sorts of games, but Tribes is the one close to our heart. So thank you very much, Helemar, and thanks to everybody who watched. And we want to tell you to be sure and hang around, because I'm sure little Mamacita will be up next. We've sort of been taking over her spot here, so we want to encourage people to hang around, as she'll take you into the late night. And I will be around probably tomorrow, as NA Tribes goes on all week long, y'all, with Monday through Thursday, I believe, is the schedule now, if I am not mistaken, with some games on the weekend also. But come in tomorrow night. I'm not sure who's playing, but I'm sure it will be entertaining. And for everybody involved here and everybody out there, we hope you enjoyed the broadcast and the outcome, and we'll see you next time.
All right.
I love you, Small Kiwi.
Bye-bye.
And Small Kiwi.
And Small Kiwi. Don't forget Small Kiwi. So yeah, as Winter said, tune in. We will have a number of different casters. We'll have Dodge Pong doing his cast on Thursday as per usual.
Yes.
We'll have a number of different people.
Egocentric's very own Dodge Pong.
Egocentric's Dodge Pong. Yes, we cannot leave that part out. But yeah, tune in all week. 10 p.m. Eastern on this channel, and you will be seeing 3 more games this week, and then we'll be going into the playoffs, where these teams will be playing for a $2,500 cash prize from NA Tribes, which is being sponsored by Hi-Res Studios, which this whole tournament is being sponsored by Hi-Res Studios. So it will be really cool to see what happens in the upcoming weeks, and what happens after that. Mm-hmm. So I am Helemar. You can follow me on my channel, HELE_TCM. It's Twitch TV. And as Winters mentioned earlier, I do have a YouTube channel which has all the qualifier games, and I'm starting to get some of these ProLeague matches also uploaded, and it's just Helemar Tribes. That's the username. So you can go on there, you can watch the videos, you can do whatever you want there. So from all of us here at Tribes, for those of you who tuned in, who are new to all this, give the game a try. It's free to play, and you can have lots of fun playing it. So yeah, keep playing, and come play.